Hello everybody. Our next camera is a Fujica STX-1. It was introduced to the US in 1979. It's been called their entry-level SLR, but it's a pretty solid camera. It's metered manual, has a cloth focal plane shutter, goes from a half a second to a 7/100th of a second, a little bit of an odd value, plus bulb with a cable release. It has a hot shoe with X-Sync at a 60th of a second, handily marked with this red X here. You can set the ISO from 25 to 3200, so pretty decent range. In the viewfinder, the shutter speed is shown down the left side, and then there's a center of the needle averaging meter on the right. It uses two silicon photocells on either side of the pentaprism, similar to the SRT 200. It has a shutter lock, which is nice. The half press engages the meter and it'll start drawing power from the battery. Thankfully, it uses common batteries. They go here in the back, like some of the old Fujica rangefinders. Uses the LR44 or any equivalent 1.5 volt battery. You can get them at a drugstore just about anywhere. Focusing, it has a split prism, horizontal. You just match them up. And it also has the micro prism around it. So when it stops looking kind of sparkly, you're in focus. Has a depth of field preview button here by the timer. That's really nice for seeing both how bright and how deep your image is going to be. The self-timer, they list it as 8 to 10 seconds. These old clockwork jobs, you know, plus or minus enough to get yourself in the picture. This is really similar to its predecessor, the ST-605N, which was kind of the end of the line for their M42 mount. Spec-wise, they're identical except for the lens mount. This was the first camera to have the Fujica X mount instead of the M42. They issued an adapter to help people make the transition. People had invested a lot in the threaded lenses. This Fujica X mount is different. It's not to be confused with the Fujifilm X mount that their modern digital APS-C cameras use. This is also really similar to its successor, the 1983 STX-1N. Like the 605, it's almost identical. The only difference being instead of the needle, it has LEDs to show you over and under. The lens on here is a 55mm f2.2x Fujinon, stops down to f16. It is really sweet. It's a fairly simple lens, 4 elements and 4 groups. It'll close focus down to 2 feet. It is super sharp. I'm really happy with the results I've gotten. So I borrowed this from a friend of mine, so thank you very much. I've really enjoyed it. It's a great camera. So I think I'll run another roll through it, and I'll see you then.